Hi everyone. I just wanted to make a real quick video and give an update on one of my pepper plants. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and just move the leaf. I hope you can see. This right here is one of the newer peppers that have started to grow on a different plant. And then I have another one up here. I know you can see that. And some flowers and a bunch of little, I call them little peplets when they're brand new. You can see that one there. And there are others. There's this one. And hopefully that flower will turn into a pepper. So why is that even important? Well, the reason I decided to discuss this real quickly is because I wanted to let you know that as of today's recording, it is April 7th. I planted this plant last June. So this plant is actually about 10 months old. And I've only gotten one pepper out of it before this so far. The plant itself had actually broken by accident. It had gotten very tall, and I think it had just lost some strength and it had broken. So we went ahead, or maybe it was the other one. Actually, I think it was this one, actually. The reason I'm bringing this up is because whenever you watch videos about gardening, you hear stuff about, oh, it could take 60 days for something to grow, it could take 90 days until you harvest something. I will tell you that when I had planted these seeds, again, 10 months ago, it took a good long time for these plants to even flower. I'm talking about 4 to 5 months until I had seen any kind of flowers happening on these plants. And this is actually one of the other ones. It's got a ton of, it's two plants in one pot actually, but there's about 9 peppers growing on them. These two probably took even longer. I want to say I did not see any flowers on this plant probably for about 6 months into the whole thing. And now you can see there are peppers everywhere, just growing, looking all cute and everything. And I had already harvested one of the peppers off of the top, which had turned into a beautiful bright red color, and it was full of flavor. So, and then I've got that one over there too. That one also took quite a while, actually. I've harvested one pepper off of that plant, and that took a good long time as well. The reason I'm bringing this up, if I had gone by what everybody else said, and I'm not saying that what everybody else says is wrong, I think that there are people that give amazing and wonderful advice, but I do feel that if we compare our results to others, if we don't come up at the same rate of growth or production as other people, and we find ourselves lower, not producing as much, things not happening as quickly, we might go ahead and give up or decide not to keep trying. And if I had taken my very slow rate of growth and production from these plants and made a decision to take them down or just give up altogether, which I can tell you I spent a good amount of time in my past doing, then I wouldn't be looking at what I'm looking at today, which is a plant that actually is producing, and it happens to be a beautiful plant. You can see the leaves. The leaves are very healthy. They're in excellent condition. They're not diseased in any way. They're strong, beautiful, beautiful plants. I thoroughly enjoy looking at them. And again, the reason that I'm bringing this up is because if I had compared my slow results to other people's fast results, then I probably would have given up. I probably would have decided that this was just not something that was going to work for me, or I would have taken the plants down. In fact, I thought that these two were planted too close to each other, and they were not producing anything for months. And I had thought, they're too close together, we didn't do them right, I'm going to go ahead and probably just take them down and start over. And if I had done that, then I wouldn't be looking at what I'm looking at right now. I wouldn't have this to film. I wouldn't have had this to film either. So basically the message is, perhaps your plants are not growing at the same rate as everybody else's. I'm a personal trainer. I've been in the health and fitness industry for, I want to say, about 7 years now. And I can relate this over to weight loss as well. Perhaps you're not losing weight at the same rate as other people are. Perhaps you're not losing the weight at the same rate that the articles are telling you you should be. Maybe you're doing everything right and you're still not getting the results that you want when you want them. I'm here to tell you that sometimes it's just not going to happen as quickly as you'd like. But that doesn't mean that you should give up. You should really never give up unless it's something that you hate. If it turns out that it's something that you hate and you're only doing it to get results, then you might want to re-examine why you're doing what you're doing, because you're probably going against yourself. But if it's something that you genuinely enjoy and it's something that you know is going to benefit you, but it might not be happening in the time frame that you think is most appropriate for you, then you might want to sit back and ask yourself if perhaps you're still doing everything properly, if there's still things that you can learn about the process, and just give it time and see what develops. I've learned in my own life that everything that I've ever wanted seems to happen at a very, very slow rate, but ends up being built on a very solid and organic foundation. So that's my message. If you see that things are not happening at the rate of growth and production that you would like, maybe still don't give up, because that in and of itself, as far as I'm concerned, can be a very powerful, motivating tool. So I will give an update on these plants as time goes on. However, this little pepper right here, I want to say it's maybe only about 3-4 weeks that it had started to develop, and it's looking pretty good. This one I think is only maybe about 2 to 3 weeks, and it's looking nice. So I've got some very healthy plants here. Again, they're 10 months old. Peppers are not really known, to my knowledge, to hang out for a very long time. I think they're considered annuals, but you know, they're already almost a year old. Planted them in my condo. They have very little sunlight at that, to be honest with you. You can see they're on the lanai. It's something I have to think about, getting them more sun. And that in and of itself would be a feat, because actually this entire yard doesn't get a ton of sun. So under the circumstances, the environment isn't even giving them everything that they absolutely need to produce at the best rate possible. But I still didn't give up. They still are producing. They're very healthy plants. They're beautiful. And I'm looking at some longevity here. And I feel that that's because I believe wholeheartedly in what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And I didn't give up on it, even based on comparing my results to others. So that's really all I wanted to say. Sometimes you won't get what you want when you want it, but if you just hang in there and continue doing what you feel is the right thing to do, especially if it brings you joy and it's a good, clean activity, which this is, then just sit back and allow nature to take its course. So, because nature always knows. So, on that note, I thank you, and until next time, take care.